My 43F husband of 22 years got another woman pregnant 3 years ago. My husband and I have been married for 22 years and have 4 kids together, and I am currently pregnant again. He was divorced once before and has a daughter and son from that previous marriage. He came from an affluent family while I came from a poor background and dropped out of high school. In my junior year, I eventually did get my GED, but only just recently. We live internationally and are currently expats in Cyprus, but we were both born in New York. It was actually around 2 years ago that we moved again overseas. We had lived as expats in Dubai, London, and Switzerland before. He told me that he was expanding his business there and wanted to invest in a house. He sold me on Cyprus being great for families. It was rather sudden, but I agreed. Especially when he said he wanted to have one more child, and I also always wanted a big family. 2 years go by, and I decided to start a fashion and travel blog on Instagram and gained followers. Then one day I get a direct message from a woman. She says that she has proof that my husband had an affair with her and also told me that her daughter was my husband's daughter. I didn't believe it at first, but she sent me pictures he had sent her, messages between them, and a picture of what looked to be a DNA test confirming that. She also said that she wasn't the only woman he was with, but he said he loved her until she got pregnant. I call my mother-in-law, who always knows everything, and she breaks down and says it was true and she's so ashamed for keeping it a secret. She wanted me to find out for myself. She admits that the woman has been trying to serve my husband with paternity papers and that she had a copy of a positive DNA test because my husband had left a toothbrush and clothes at her place. My mill calls my husband right after our conversation to confess what she had told me, and my husband raced home. He said it was a mistake and happened because he was traveling a lot without me there and was stressed. He told me I was the only one he loved and that this woman got pregnant on purpose and he didn't want to reward her for it. He told me that I would never have to see this kid and that he wouldn't ever publicly acknowledge the kid and that I could be the only one who ever talked to the other woman. He says he has 6 kids, with a 7th on the way, and there is no extra kid. The revelation has shocked me so much. I am 4 months pregnant now, and I always suspected that when he and business associates went out to strip clubs to do business, he may have caved and had sex with somebody a few times. I was very upset about it but never brought it up with my husband. This is a full-blown affair and I don't know if we can come back from this. I have been acting like none of this ever happened, but I cannot anymore. What do I do? I want to protect my kids and their relationship with their father. I also have no real education and am afraid of going back to the US on my own. I know I am technically a stepmother of 3 now, but my husband says I am not. Your husband's willingness to abandon his child is as disturbing as his betrayal of you. Whatever the outcome, this man needs to get a vasectomy. Your husband is putting his bare dick into anyone and then sleeping with you. The least you can do is consult a lawyer to find out what your options are. After 22 years you get half. So do your research and follow the paper trail. After 22 years, you are likely entitled to a settlement. Did you sign a prenup? Talk to a lawyer and explore your options. You don't have to keep anyone's secret. Your husband is a serial cheater. She got pregnant on purpose? You know how you avoid the baby trap? You don't cheat on your spouse. No amount of stress justifies cheating. Your husband is an idiot if he thinks no one else will ever talk to this woman or child. She has already contacted your in-laws. When that kid gets older, she could contact everyone in your family. Your husband is just as responsible for this pregnancy as is the other woman he slept with. A good man takes care of his children and his responsibilities. He doesn't run from them. Urge your husband to accept service of the paternity suit and work out acceptable child support payments. Strip clubs with business clients? That's disgusting. Are his clients 19-year-old boys? Okay, Mr. Almost Nick Cannon. Please get your children and run as far as you can from the whole family. His mother knew and thought it was right to stay out of it. That tells you enough about the family. I hate that damn excuse, she got pregnant on purpose. Like, because you didn't come in her with no protection on purpose? You shouldn't be acting like everything is normal because it's not. You husband cheated, had unprotected sex, and got another woman pregnant. If you decide you want to stay with him and work it out, what consequences has he suffered? What will he do to win your trust back? To show he's remorseful? If he doesn't have do anything and you just sweep it, you see the rug. Guarantee he will cheat again. Wow. I felt really bad for you until I read your comments. You seem to have compartmentalized everything that's happened around you, and lumped all the blame onto this woman and child. He moved to another country to avoid the paternity suit, and avoid telling you the truth. You're helping this man evade his responsibilities, and that is disgusting. A man who lied to you. A man who slept around. Clearly unprotected. Putting your health in jeopardy. A man who still would be being dishonest had you not found out yourself. You're believing him? You're standing by this? To your point about education. What if he leaves you? You'll be destitute. It's hard to have a flourishing travel and fashion blog when you have no money for travel or fashion. What happens then? Should his new partner, because there is always a newer, younger model, which he already proved to you, help him hide from you and your children? It seems like you're happy to ignore this child, and lump the responsibilities of the adults around her affect her life. You grew up poor, and are willing to leave this kid out all because your husband is a cheater and snake. Who's trying to avoid his responsibility? What he did is bad. But it seems like you both deserve one another if your reaction here is to take out your very adult problems on this very innocent child. Step 1: get an STD test ASAP. I hope he only got other people pregnant and did not get any diseases that he could have passed on to you. Step 2: get a lawyer and find out what your possibilities are. Chances are that you get financially secure out of the marriage. You can't decide what you will do next if you don't know the consequences of whatever decision you will take. Find that out and then look further. You always suspected he cheated. Sounds like you married him more for his financial position. Nothing has changed. Now you actually need to be honest WTH yourself. Are you going to stay married but accept it as an open relationship or leave? You won't do anything. You want the security and are willing to ignore what your husband has done. Continue lying to yourself and your children. But know that those kids that he has fathered will grow up and show themselves to your kids. Bedop will teach her kids morals, and the kids will get mad when they find out that their mom didn't believe in what she taught them. I hope they get their inheritance and go and see. The first step would be to talk to a lawyer. You being his wife of 22 years and mother of his 5 children are entitled to more than you think. Men like your husband and vile and despicable, and the exact type of man you should never feel guilty about taking to the cleaners in divorce court. His eagerness to cheat on you and have full-blown relationships outside of your marriage is one thing, but willingly and enthusiastically abandoning a child he knows is his? Repulsive. Absolutely bottom of the barrel scum material. Personally, I don't see how you could continue a relationship with him, seeing how he is a liar and a cheat. However, if you do, You need marriage counseling ASAP, and he needs to do right by his extramarital daughter. She does not deserve to suffer because your husband is a coward of a man. Despite this, my best advice is to collect all the evidence you can and go to a lawyer. I can promise you will be happier living without this over your head. There is no trust left in your relationship, and without that, what foundation is there? If he wants to act like a single stag, he should be one. Your children will not benefit from growing up in a broken home either. They will be better off in a stable environment you have control over. Also, do not forget that your mill knew and waited for you to figure it out for yourself. Absolutely disgusting of her. I can see where your husband gets his behavior from. He must be in the same club as Elon Musk and Boris Johnson. Dang up, you're cold and you clearly deserve this. If you think it's okay for your husband to pump and dump other women and not support his other kids who didn't ask for this, selfish ASF. How old are you? How old were you both when you got married? Use this as a way to redefine your relationship. Figure out what is truly important to you in life and demand it. It could be setting up college funds for the kids. It could be giving you certain freedoms, including travel or even dating. Take your time to figure out what it is you really want in life, and then make it a condition of staying. Can you divorce him and get child support or alimony in that country? If he is your husband and on their birth certificate, this should work. Otherwise, he sounds like a sex addict and he needs intense therapy. How many affairs has he had? How many extra children? This is like the sop for the cheating partner to follow for reconciliation. It's a long and tough road. https www.indigoinsight.ca/upload/3/4/15299/helping your spouse heal from your affair.pdf.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.